Yo, 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 yo. What's up, y'all, man? I hope y'all having a great day, right? A great morning. Hope you had a good night rest. You feel me? You was blessed. You was laid up. You heard me? Get your feet up. You feel me? All that cool shit. You heard me? But look, if y'all don't know, I'm gonna tell y'all now. Today is day 5. Feel me? Today is day 5 because the number after 4 is 5. All right, cool. So today is day 5, and something I wanted to talk about today, um, as I'm getting myself ready to leave to go outside today. But I know I was reading yesterday, and I got a reminder of the power of the tongue. Right, I got a reminder of how powerful your words are. Right, and that when you speak of certain things, you're setting intentions. Right, and you're bringing things to you, rather good or bad. You know, um, like 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 maybe many of us have heard before, but the subconscious does not know between good or bad. It just hears, right? So when you speak of things that you do not want, the subconscious only hears of things. It does not know that you do not want these things. It just simply hears them and attracts them to you, right? So be very careful, be very selective on the words and things that you say. Now, it doesn't mean that you walk around like a mule or a mute, right? Don't have any personality, any type of humor to you, you know what I'm saying? Any type of self expression or anything like that. But it means that um, you should always be aware, recognize what emotional state that you're in, right? And you should always make sure that the words and the things you say are in reflection of what you actually mean, right? Let me better tie this up for y'all, right? I used to speak of something a lot, all the time, right? And I used to say, oh, I ain't afraid of that. I ain't worrying about that. That is what it is. You know what I mean? I used to always speak like that, right? And to be honest with you, I really had no substance of why I used to say those things, other than where I come from. It's like a, it's like a, it's a, How can I put this to you? In a way, where I come from, it's a sign of bravery. It's a sign of of having courage, to say certain things. It makes you a little bit more um dangerous in a sense, right? But as I realize over time, all my actions and things that I have done on time up until this day was actually in the opposite direction of what I was speaking and recently still speaking of. I wish to have prosperity in my life. I wish to have abundance in my life. I wish to have fulfillment in my life. I wish to have love in my life, right? I wish to have wealth in my life, right? I wish to have a community of people, a thriving community of people that are all enjoying life to the fullest while we're here. That's what I truly mean and what I truly want. But I spoke of things as if they did not matter. And once I got through this reading yesterday, and it was giving examples about how people were. Okay, I'll give you an example that I read. This lady, she was married to this guy, right? And she used to always say, "Oh man, I love my husband, right? but I don't really like this marriage thing. I don't really care about this marriage thing. I do love my husband and everything, but marriage to me isn't really important. And she kept speaking like that. Then over time, her husband had let her know that he'd fallen in love with another woman. Now, this is where the story is going to start to incline. She was like, she was shocked by it, and she asked God. She said, "God, what's going on?" She said, "God, what's going on? Like, why would my husband go and do something like that?" And you said, "Well, you always spoke about how marriage wasn't important to you. You didn't really care about marriage, so you got what you wanted." Not only did her husband go and fall in love with another woman, but she then followed up the same situation by condemning the woman who decided to be with her husband. She says, "Oh, that woman knows that my husband was married. How dare she go and sleep with my husband? How dare she go and be with my husband? She knows he's married." God said, "Be careful. Do not condemn that woman. Wish nothing but blessings and love towards that woman." And the lady, "Nah, I'm not doing that." That girl knew what's up. I said, "Okay, cool." Give it a year or two later, she winds up falling in love with a married man. I brought that example up to say that sometimes we do not know the things that we speak of, but once we are aware of the things that we speak of, it's very important to adjust those things. And there's a way to neutralize those things, you know? And the way that you neutralize them is by doing and speaking of things that you actually do want and be intentional, right? So instead of me running around saying what I was saying before about the things I didn't care about, right? Which ultimately had no substance to my life for me to even say that I don't care about these things or I don't want these things. It does nothing for me to speak of that other than boost my ego, right? Because speaking of those things will not bring any good to me. But speaking of those things amongst other people only egotistically makes me look bigger than what I am. Instead of doing that, how about you speak life? How about you speak prosperity? How about you speak in abundance? How about you speak of love, right? How about you actually be intentional speaking of things that you want? I said, I get it. I will not do that anymore. God, I want a grateful life. God, I want a happy life. God, I want a life that's full of prosperity. God, I want to be around people that I love, people that I enjoy to be around, people that help me grow and be a better man. God, that's what I want in my life, God. And from that day forward, from me reading this, understanding this, that's how we're going to move and that's how things are going to be, right? Now, something else that I want to talk about with y'all today is this. God spoke about love, and God said love is the ultimate attest towards everything. Because through love, all things are possible, right? And it's so hard for us sometimes. Really, I can only be a vocal point for myself as I do not know the experiences that you guys have. I cannot speak for the life that you guys live. I can only speak through the voice and the vessel that I'm currently in, right? I said, I understand that God wants us to love and care for other people. And he always wants us to be forgiven and never to condemn the next person. That I do understand. So then my next question was, God, well, I'm gonna say this is the next question I asked. The next question I asked was, how do you love or continue to love people who you see are resistant towards the love that you offer them? Because if loving people and caring for other people is a vital universal law here that will allow all things to flow in abundance, some of the people that I care for and I love and I want to do for do not want me to care, love, and do for them. And this has been said to me directly by them. So I asked myself, well, what do I do? Do I continue to love and do I continue to try to be there for people who do not wish for me to be there? How can I be abundance or how can I be an addition towards someone's life who does not want me there and imposes resistance? Am I now violating the universal law of love? And I was wondering that because I said, oh, now that I know this information, I do not want to violate this law here. And one of the conclusions that I came to was that everyone has their own thing going on, right? And if someone don't want you to be there for them, to love them or help them out or be an assistant or an addition towards their life, then you cannot do that for them. And that you should go and give to people who want that for, who appreciate that. You should go be an important vessel in their life. I've always loved the people who you know, um, initially want to do things for and be there for. But if some of those people are resistant towards any of the love or the things that I have to offer them or want to give them, then I cannot continue to try to fill a cup that does not want to be poured into. And that the only way for me to be available and continue to overflow is to continue to do that for people who want it. No, this is not in violation of the law of love. I do still care about those people. I will always care about them. I will always love them. And whenever they are open towards me giving and being there for them, I am always ready. But I will not sit here and give my energy or things towards people who are not ready to receive them right now. I must protect that for myself because there's other people, places that I can be that are acceptable and willing to receive what I had to give. Something else I want to share with y'all too while we're here. One second, y'all. It's the last one I'll leave y'all with here. And I think I might come back and do um, a better video later, but Let's get to this reading here. It says, no man is a success in business unless he loves his work. The picture an artist paints for love of his art is his greatest work. The pot boiler is always to live down. I don't know about y'all, but I don't know what that last part meant when it talked about the pot boiler. What does that mean? I don't know. What's a pot boiler? Like what is that? What's the significance of that last sentence? Because for me it sounded out of sync. Right. And that's one thing I definitely do go through when I read anything that is a reflection of scripture or, things like that. Is a lot of it's parables. So you have to work towards interpreting what these things actually mean, obviously by using context clues, you know, vocabulary, and comprehension, right? It says this quote is really highlighting the idea that genuine success in business comes from passion. It suggests that if you truly love what you do, that passion will drive you to succeed. The reference to the artist's pain emphasizes that the creative and meaningful work is what truly defines success. On the other hand, the pot boilers are those jobs or tasks done just for money. Without passion, they often end up feeling less fulfilling. So, overall, it's about the love for your work driving the true success. Said, cool. That's pretty self explanatory, huh? Mouse keeps moving. Yeah. I think that I'm going to go ahead and continue to get myself ready. Go get some water. Um, Go take my drive. Because God told me, I'll say that. I'll say this, right? You guys are probably going to get a part two today video. If you guys haven't noticed, like, um, everything, everything on a daily basis is about consistency on this channel, right? Consistency, 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 right? I told myself I would be consistent and upload. I told myself I would continue to do the things that actually bring me excitement and bring me joy. I love reading. I love learning. I love understanding. I love growing. I love talking. I love putting all these things together and utilizing them at the same time. Like, I love to do that. Like I said, when I was a kid, I wasn't a very good reader. But once I gained the ability to really read and understand and start comprehending, then I started to realize how much it started to change the way that I look at things and how much I was able to grow. You know what I'm saying? So, um, that's something that I wanted to continue to pour into this world. That's something that I continue to want to give other people. I believe that God blessed me with the ability to have a small influence on people. I believe that God gave me that ability to have by just speaking. So I want to utilize that gift as much as possible. So no, a lot of times when I get on here, I don't really, like I told you, I don't necessarily have something in mind for what exactly I'm about to do. But I said the most important thing is to get up and try. Every day that I get up, I said I'm going to choose faith over fear. I will not allow fear to impair me from not going after something or trying something. Fear would have kept me in the bed. Fear would have had me thinking about getting up right now to make this video and then say I don't have the things or I don't have enough to get up and make the kind of video that I want. And then I continue doing that, or I lie and I try to make an excuse for why I haven't made my video yet. And I will go and buy all these different setups and equipments and all these upgrades and all these things, and I will never make one video. Or if I did make a video, you guys will never have the opportunity to see it. But faith says work with what you got. Faith says get up and try. Faith says get started. I will show you the way. As long as you're willing to get up and get started, I will lead you and show you the way. And that's how we got to day 5 today. You feel me? I started just 5 days ago. Now I'm 5 days in. You see what I'm saying? That's faith. Every day I get up, I say faith, faith, faith. When something comes across me that's worrying, I say faith. Don't worry about that. Have faith, right? When I come to, a conflict or certain, things that I'm unsure of, fear will imply a survivalistic tactic. I will go into a situation being very strategic, being very, antsy a little bit, because that's all I know. You know what I mean? From where I come from, that's all I know. Faith says this is going to work out for you for the better. Just trust me. These doors will open for you for the better. I need you to trust me. There's a reason why I told you to be here today. There's a reason why I brought you here today. There's a reason why I spoke to you today. Don't worry about it. Get out your own way. I got you. So that's how we got here. That's why I'm about to go to work. I don't even work today. I don't. But you can go and help out. And God said, yo, go to work today, go help out today. Just do that. In my mind, when I got up, I said, that don't make no sense at all. Why am I traveling this far to go to work? For what? Like, this doesn't even make any sense. It might not even be a full day for me up there. The travel to get up there and come home might be might the work that I do might only cover. I don't know, bro. But it's like it don't make sense to me. But God said, bro, I need you to go up there today. I need you to go. Go. I said, all right, I'm gonna get up, get dressed, and I'm gonna go. So that's faith. I don't know what's gonna happen. I can't tell y'all, but I'm gonna go. You feel me? Just like God said, yo, I want you to get up and post that video. The very first video I posted on here again in a while was like maybe a week ago. And it was from reading. After I got up and read, God said, yo, just post this video. I just want you to post it. Don't worry about nothing else. Just get up and post it. Now, day 5, it done led me down this road of looking for information and growing and looking how to, ways to expand my life and looking to improve. And it like pulled me right back on this track that I really enjoy and love to be on. I'm like, oh, this is funny. Like, oh, okay, like let me just trust you. Like, you know what I mean? Like I sat here for like 2 days, literally just in silence, and I just thought, and I was just thinking to myself, you know what I mean? And I was just like, all right, like, and then he was like, yo, go read that book. And I had this book sitting here forever. He like, yo, go read that book right there. Go read that book. I'm like, all right, bro. And I just kept looking at the book. I was like, yo, read the book, bro. I'm like, all right, man, whatever. I grabbed the book, I read it. It said faith over fear. I said, whew, faith over fear. Whoa, that's strong. That's powerful right there. I don't know what it was. I seen that quote so many times, but faith over fear. So, He said, no fear, no evil. Have no fear towards no evil, no fear. It does not exist. You have faith. Everything will work out. Operate from there. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna holler at y'all later though. Like I said, day 5. Remember, I had 0 5 days ago. Today is day 5. I have 5 videos now. Remember, I had 0 5 days ago. Today is day 5. I have 5 videos now. Remember, I had 0 5 days ago. Today is day 5. I have 5 videos. Let's keep the train going. Let's see where this is going to go. Continue to believe in God. Continue to listen for his voice. Continue to grow. Continue to do as he asks you to do. He will lead you. You say, God, listen, I want prosperity. I want abundance. I want wealth. I want to learn. I want to grow. I want to have a surrounding community and environment of people that encourage me to be better. Well, God say, I got something for you. And it might not be in a way that you thought it was going to go, but trust me, the trajectory that you're about to go on, the path that you're about to walk down is going to lead you further past than what you thought you wanted because I'm God. So mortal thinking doesn't work here. I am God. I am the overseer. I am the end all, be all, do all, create all. Believe in me. I said, all right, I got you. We out. So day 5, y'all. I'm gonna holla at y'all for real.